starting recording. It's 5:30. It's 5:30 in the evening. I'm calling the regular Board of Directors meeting of the Netarts-Oceanside Sanitary District to order. This proceeding is being recorded. And can I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll move to approve the agenda.
I'll second that.
Any comment or other considerations? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We have several guests this evening. I'd like to go around the table so that our guests know who is who here. And I'll start. My name's John Prather. I'm the board chair.
Jim Carlson, board member.
Brian Mello, lead operator.
J.C. Pyatt, assistant office manager.
Ian McKnight, office specialist.
Simeon Dreyfus, board treasurer.
Jerry King, board secretary.
Aaron Mello, office manager.
Dan Mellon, district superintendent.
And
Nick Renault, operator. Lincoln Loving, operator. Sean Parker, assistant lead operator. Rick Pyatt, operator.
and Amber and Diana, if you want to introduce yourselves.
I'm Diana Thompson. I'm the property manager of a new area in Netarts. It's not a new area, just resurfacing as it used to be John Henry's property.
My name is Amber Ibarra, and I'm her daughter and treasurer of management. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for allowing us to be here today.
Yeah, welcome.
And the next item is public comments. So now would be your opportunity to share any information you would like to share with the board.
We're just coming here today in hopes to plead with you for an opportunity, maybe a chance. We just took over, as she said, John Henry's property, and we just received notice for the charge for the sewer company put in for the $11,000. And we're not coming in with anything overhead. We're not getting anything or anything yet. We have a lot of property and a lot of assets that we need to work through, and we need to create some revenue. And we were hoping that maybe you guys might be able to maybe create a minor little payment plan so that we can work to a goal of a final payment for the rest of it, to give us a chance. We have a nonprofit, that we've started to run the property management so that we can, get things going and create something community there. But right now, like I said, we don't have any overhead. We're just working off of, off of the nothing that we're coming in with. And, we have a lot of chance and we have a lot of ideas, but right now we're being stopped at every turnaround because we have a lot of things, that we're facing a lot of consequences for actions that have been done. And, we're just coming in to mop it up and make it look pretty, and it's really hard to do that when we have so much weighing on the financial side, and I know that you guys usually don't do this kind of thing, and I understand completely. It's just that we don't have anything to come in with to be like, okay, let's take care of it. We need a little bit of time to be able to create that revenue. We have assets to sell. We just got here, it just started in May, and, we're just hoping that you guys might consider writing up something and then, maybe giving us a few months, make payments, and then be able to pay it off, just maybe by the beginning of next year or middle of next year, something, whatever you might consider.
My initial thought would be if you could possibly reduce that to a writing.
Okay.
So that we could take a look at that. And are you becoming the owner of the property, or how is, I'm just curious what that relationship is.
The relationship's gonna be, it's gonna go into a trust with John Henry and myself that right now it's gonna be under a lease option to buy. We have now also gotten the EIN number. So we have also applied with the state for the LLC and also being a nonprofit to help not only veterans, but also to help with domestic violence, not just for males, but also for male and female. To make sure we can get these up and running as they should have already been when I was here working with you all back in 2023. That was my goal back then, but I ended up having to leave and have some major surgeries done. I was called to come back in and maybe come back into compliance to get them back up and running legally and make sure that whatever finances were dropped balls, I'm not sure what all happened, but I would like help and giving you all something in writing to maybe get them back up and running to where I have that one that we're talking about, the secondary over off the highway, up and running where the sewer, all of a sudden we found out that there was an $11,000 balance, which I did not know that those balances weren't already paid when I came back into the game. And my daughter is moving her whole family over here also at this time to make it work. And her husband went into a liver failure, that's the same kidney failure. And I just think we can make it a better, happier place here than it has been down there this time. And we will write you up a plan. We just need some help in the community to get it up and a little help.
We certainly want to support the community and good things like you're doing, but we need to look at what you have in mind and what your plan is and so forth. And then hopefully consider it. Certainly the board will consider it. I can't speak for the board,
Sure.
but we just would need the information,
Okay. I can do that.
whatever you can provide. I mean, hopefully more than just a sentence or two.
No,
Of course, yeah.
I have no
If
problem.
it's something with numbers and.
Yeah.
Taken care of.
What's the bill all about? What's it for?
Well, when they put the sewer line over there on the property, over on the jungle area. So over by where the main building is, over off on the side, there was a sewer line put in there, but no housing was attached to it at the time. And so now there is housing attached to it, and so now the sewer line needs to be paid for. I'm not sure why it wasn't paid for at the beginning, but it isn't, and we just received the bill now.
It's for an additional dwelling unit connection, I believe it's the.
Yeah.
It's for the other cottage that
Yes,
was
for the
brought
other
down on.
Yeah, the brown one sitting to the side.
Mhm.
Please, welcome.
Thank you. I just wanna observe.
Oh, would you sign it, please?
Yeah, could you sign it here, please?
Thank you.
I believe there's additional dwellings up further in the yurt and
Those are not
They're up there, but they're not
They're not attached to anything.
to any kind of sewer, any
No.
kind of
No
electric.
water, no.
I haven't approached those yet,
well,
please.
we've seen John Henry Lane laterals up through the extending his sewer line. to the house.
Okay, laterals, but none of them are hooked up or.
We have no
Okay,
confirmation that they are not. or
Okay.
they
Nothing
are.
is confirmation. I can take pictures and submit.
We need-
Like, there's
we need-
nothing in there that has any way of water going through them at all.
I'd start with an application, so you can organize your questions.
Yeah, so, yeah,
Yeah.
put it all together, then we can see how many units we're talking about. Right now, the 11,000 is for one additional unit.
And that's the only unit that's available at all.
Right.
no,
The
I
other
know what you're talking about here, I know what you're talking about, the conduit that was pulled up there. I know it was pulled back down. And, cause I do know what you're talking about also. Okay?
Yeah.
A lot of things went flying when I wasn't, and that I want to make sure is all also corrected. And the one we are talking about is the extra cabin that came down.
We will need some verification that those lines have been removed and they're not connected.
Yeah, yeah.
The other two units above,
Okay,
Okay,
because there's been some issues where they were not.
right. Now, do you want me to go ahead and bring an inspector out there to check it out, or do you want to come out and have one of your guys come out?
Once you submit everything to the board for consideration,
Okay.
we'll come up with a plan. then
Okay,
oh,
for
okay, that's
verification.
wonderful.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
that'd be great.
Thank you. Thank you all very much. I appreciate you allowing me a chance. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think we have two more guests this evening. Would you like to introduce yourselves? We've already been around the table, and maybe just the board members can introduce themselves, the rest of the staff. I'm John Prather, I'm the board chair. Jim,
Jim Carlson, board member.
Simeon Dreyfus, board treasurer.
Jerry Keene, board secretary.
and
Dan Mello, district superintendent.
My name is Doris Gould. I'm retired.
Welcome.
so what we're on the agenda, it's the public comment period. So if you would like to make any public comments, you're welcome to do so. This, by the way, this session is being recorded. So,
And it's not required. You just, it's your time if you want to.
I'm just here to observe. Thank you.
all right, board questions, comments, and discussion. I want to make one or two comments here. We have had some issues over the last week or two. And hopefully you've all seen the email from Chief McBrayer, which he withdrew his complaint against Dan Mello. You probably, Jim, you haven't seen it. This is it, if you want to review it. The matter of the $4,950 regarding the lateral that crosses the parking lot, which is now becoming the boathouse building, is still being worked. And I want to add to that Jerry has done a wonderful yeoman's job talking to both the chief and talking to Dan and bringing things along to the point we're at. And hopefully by next month, we'll have figured out what the plan will be as far as the paying for the repair or replacement of the lateral. You may say, well, that's not our problem at all, but it appears at
Let's
first,
talk about the merits of it.
excuse me,
Let's not talk about the merits
Yeah.
of the dispute yet.
I mean, it is complex. Let's just leave it at that. Do you have anything you want to add?
No, I just, at this point, as I understand it, the chief and Dan are now working on the financial questions. And there's an investigation to be done and they're working it through and they'll have something to report or give us for action next month.
The next item, unless there's any other board questions at this time.
We don't need to talk about it tonight. I did want at some point to just raise the issue of artificial intelligence and what its role is in district operations, if it has one, if we have a policy about it. But I don't think there's any urgency because I don't think there's any use of AI here. It's just a ubiquitous change in everybody's operation of businesses. And I think a lot of places need to develop policies around AI use, so. I just wanted to raise that as a question that we can talk about at some future date.
All right, I'm just digesting this, you know, so if I could have one question. Jerry,
Sure.
so you're representing the board when you talk to the two guys or yourself?
I was acting at the request of John and John wasn't here for the day, to just create some communication, to try to clarify what the issues were, and maybe some misunderstandings that could be resolved short of taking formal board action. And we did get there, and you're entitled to a full report on it, but I think it should be all presented as a package, because some stuff is still in the middle, and I think it's better presented all together.
There was, my understanding is no discussion of positions. It was just to bring the parties together to
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah, no decisions, just creating a communication channel, because there's been a clock.
All right. Item 6 is review of the minutes of June 18th, budget and regular board meeting minutes. Motion to accept the minutes.
I move to accept the minutes.
I'll second that.
Discussion.
I did not see anything.
Excuse me.
We want to do them together or separately.
Do them together.
Yeah, the minutes of the budget meeting are pretty straightforward. And I didn't see anything, nothing jumped out at me when I read the minutes that needed attention.
So his motion now includes both of them,
Yes, it does.
Right.
and your second includes both of them.
All in favor, say aye, and I'm abstaining since I was not here.
Aye.
All right,
Item 7A, May 31st, 2026, financial documents for review, and the June 30th documents, which will require a board action. A motion to accept the June 30th, 2026 financial documents.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Will we see one more month before year end, or is next year the first month of next?
July 1st was the beginning of a new fiscal year.
Okay,
So,
June should be the end.
yes, of the fiscal year. Yes.
okay. So this is,
Your cash carry forward to page 8.
I think we've talked before about the discrepancy in the public employees' retirement. Was that just a bill that came in higher than expected?
Yes. And we'd already had accounted for that in the fiscal.
Okay.
Any comments you want to give us regarding the conclusion of the year and developments that stand out and merit special note? Or
On the general fund, the cash carry forward was higher than what we had anticipated.
by percentage?
I don't have the
Oh,
percentage,
just-
but it's by about $30,000.
Okay, so not a high percentage.
No.
Have no other question?
As a problem to have, that's not a bad problem to have.
I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, gosh, with a low percentage.
And related to that, we had no hike in our rates for next year.
So, all in favor of accepting the June 30th financial documents, say aye.
Aye.
Right.
Aye. 2026 board audit accounts payable for review.
The second to last line on the first page, consolidated supply company collection parts.
Collection system, piping,
Uh,
valves.
Okay.
things like that. Yeah.
All right. Sometimes the transaction description is not very illuminating.
Yeah, we probably should do something like sewer replacement parts or something like that, so the word collection.
It's a collection of parts.
Well, we actually list it when we give the invoices to the office and collections.
Yeah.
We have wastewater treatment plant.
That was my only question.
I have no question. Wish I could get $1,200 for mowing the lawn. though. A month.
That is a pump station maintenance of, well, Oceanside pump station gets overgrown down there. So they keep everything cut back. They mow all of the main pump station down below, and they also take care of happy campgrounds. Happy
Oh,
camp pump
all right.
station.
Thank you. That provides some context.
Since we have guests tonight, I'd like to back up for a moment to maybe explain something that you will see going on in the not too distant future. On page 8 of the June budget summary, there's a system development charge. It's $1,366,980 and some cents. This is over the years, the charges that new hookups are assessed and that we receive, which is 13,000.
800, and that is for a single family. There's different rates,
For
but that's the
different rates.
Single family dwelling rate.
So, and that's for basically future development, expansion, etc. And it's becoming more known that we're going to build a pump station down in Avalon West, down in the valley there. And what that means is all those properties that go back up the hill will have access to sewer, where now they don't, and they can't really be on septic. Plus, the row of homes that are on 131 that are on ejector,
On the Hillsdale extension.
they will just be able to eliminate their ejector pumps and feed into that system. But that's a fairly expensive project. It's going to be a whole pump station in which will be into our entire and part of our entire system. So that's where a big chunk of that money is gonna go to. Do you have anything to add to that, or I just thought because a lot of this gets probably confusing as far as what you're looking at. But that's,
It will pay for the $1.3 million pump station.
Okay.
so with that, I think we're ready for the district report.
Okay, the treatment plant's well, running well within its permit limits. The district is planning on, since we have our IGA now with the Netarts Water District, we're gonna start cleaning and maintaining the sewer lines down in Netarts. We have to do Fifth Street Loop. It's got a small belly in it right there by that parking lot behind the fire station, and it's pretty much half full of grit. So we have to, because we can't even launch into any of the laterals there because of that belly. So that will have to be cleaned. We do that every few years anyway. It's just been a problem. And then we're gonna go around and we're gonna clean the Pearl Street line, the one that we replaced, the one that a couple of years ago. We took the belly out of it. We're gonna go inspect that, see how it's doing, make sure there's been no issues or movements with that line. And we're also going to be mapping so that we can plan for our I&I reduction. For our permit, we have to do it. So we're going to inspect manholes and sewer lines for point repairs or like
How did that,
I means,
inflow and infiltration.
how did that Fifth Street line end up with the belly? Was
I
there,
think, I mean, that line was put in 1978, ground moves, it settles.
yeah,
And it's just, it's not a big enough belly where it would completely plug up and stop. Because to tear up Fifth Street Loop to lift that up 3 inches is not cost effective. When that line ever gets to a point where it has to be replaced, then we'll correct it at that time. But it's not like when we had to go in and fix Pearl Street.
Yeah.
Because it had a huge belly in it, it sunk way down.
so you just force water through it to move the grit?
A jetter will run a jet hose in it. It'll draw the grit to the manhole where the jetter will suck the grit out of it. The other choice is you can wash it all the way down into the wet well at the Netarts pump station, which we back out, take the grease out, usually every other year anyway. On that.
Is this the same? I'm sorry. you can-
Go, no, I'm done.
Is this, I mean, we kind of went through a process like this for the Pearl Street, right?
Yeah.
So Fifth Street's gonna get looked at, it's gonna get
Yeah.
looked for roots, it's gonna get cleaned out, possibly
Yeah.
a new,
Yeah.
it's not plastic lining, but it's a,
No, this one is not going to be relined. It's got a belly in it. When we have to check to see if it's sunk worse. If it continues to drop, which it hasn't in 20 years, but if the ground moves, then we'll have to look at digging that line up, replacing it so they can straighten it back out. But that would just be a section, wouldn't be like as drastic as it was on Pearl Street. Pearl Street was a problem because as the street sunk, they built houses to the lower part after it sank. And then we had to try to straighten that line out so it would drain. And then some of those homes had to put ejector units in because the elevation was that higher.
but maybe I didn't understand correctly, but you said you have to address the belly in order to be able to do maintenance on Fifth Street.
No, we have to inspect that belly to see that it hasn't gotten any worse.
But, okay, maybe I just misheard. I thought that was a preliminary to then getting to maintenance, but you couldn't maintain it until.
So we
Is that
can't
what-
lateral launch into any of the laterals to check them and inspect them because the grit level is blocking about half the lateral.
So after you address the belly, you are going to do inspections, or that's,
After we clean it,
okay,
we're gonna clean it and then we're gonna check its condition to see if it's worsened or not.
Okay.
So, we're starting our I&I work is what I'm saying for the summer. The main pump station, we have to have TAG come in and go through that control panel and find why that one pump keeps faulting out. The difficulty is it has to do it when basically they're there, and it's intermittent. It could go days, weeks without it faulting, or it could fault every day. There's no consistent consistency of it when it does.
So we've been talking about this for several months.
Yes.
Yeah.
On average, how many times does it fault out in a month?
Average in a month, it changes because sometimes we've gone 3 or 4 weeks without it faulting at all. And we thought it was due to flow condition. The change, you get storms, you get more flow, and the longer time difference between each pump cycle, we thought was causing the pump to lose prime. It's not. It could fault while it's running. And that's what I'm saying. We've had Xylem here, they can't figure it out, so we're gonna have TAG look at it, because TAG is the one who built the control panel. And I
So-
think that's where Xylem is at, that's not ours, that's TAG's panel.
So at what point will we just replace it?
Once we figure out, well, it's getting to the end of its useful life, we're approaching 20 years pretty quick. If they can't get this figured out, then we're probably gonna have to look at scheduling to replace that control panel. It's already obsolete as far as its controllers go. They no longer make parts for
Right.
those.
So,
So it's already there, but we need to make sure that it's the panel. We don't want to put a $75,000 cost in replacing that panel and then still have the same problem when we're done. Because I'm not convinced it's not in the soft starts. So, and neither, but we've changed soft starts out. We thought that fixed it, and it did for a couple of months, then it started doing it again. So electrical problems are very difficult to trace down. Very difficult.
So if TAG comes and says, not our panel's great.
No, TAG comes in, they don't care whose panel it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, but if they say this panel's working fine, there's no problem here.
Yeah. Then they will start, because they're also electrical company.
Right.
They will start backtracking all the way to the pump electrically. That's what they'll do. They'll try to eliminate it, see if it's a sensor or something in the panel or if it's in the pump. The pump's new. The pump there is the new one that we stuck in after the incident. And
now was it doing it before?
yes. It's been doing it off and on. Jim probably remembers when the pump station was first built, the pipes blew apart right outside the wall there.
Yeah.
And it sucked a bunch of gravel into the pumps. So we assumed it was something mechanical. Well, we've changed everything mechanical. So we've gone, as the operators and we've gone through as far as we can go with the troubleshooting on the mechanical portions of it. It's in the electrical somewhere. Now we're going to have to turn it over to them to figure out. Xylem hasn't been real responsive on that panel, and I think it's because they don't know what's wrong.
Can TAG put a monitor on it so that when it happens,
It's monitored. That's how we know it happens. We had TAG monitor it to let us know when it does happen.
I meant a monitor that would help them say what's happening?
Well, I wish it was that easy.
Okay.
I don't
I'm just
know.
asking.
I've asked them for anything that they could put on there that would check for like voltage spikes
Right,
or high amperage draws. We thought we found it when we saw a high amperage draw. Then we found out that the pump that Flight makes has a break in it. And so when the pump goes to shut off, it has a brake on it, slows it down, and it shoots the amperage high. So now we're learning that's
it
not.
wasn't cause, it was effect.
Yeah. So as the operators, if we find something like that, then we give it to Xylem or TAG. We just saw this, and then that's when we found out the pumps had that safety feature in them. The replacement pump for the effluent pump station, we received it and it is installed. All the other pump stations are running without issues. The treatment plant, I already said, we weren't well within its permit limits. we have an issue out here when we were putting the new cameras in. We discovered that both the valve vaults are literally collapsing. So if you go out there, the concrete lid is flopping. And I've called the engineers, they're gonna look at it, but nobody has seen a valve vault, the concrete valve vault, start to basically melt. It's just, the concrete's disintegrating around all the conduits. And I don't know what we're gonna have to do. So we use, you guys have seen the charges from Tetra Tech who do liners and repairs to our manholes. We're gonna see if they can come in and spray that liner and stop the erosion any further. I've talked to our engineers, we might trench around it and then pour new concrete walls to re-support it and then stop the erosion that way. The thing is, at this point, we can't pull it out and replace it with a new one. Every bit of conduit runs through the valve. You would have to shut the entire treatment system down. And it would take days to pull out and disconnect all the wires and put everything back together. That's not even feasible to do.
Is this because of the metal and the, you know, the reinforcing steel?
We don't know. I don't know if there's reinforcing steel in these concrete vaults. If it is, it would be like a mesh, like a thin wire mesh. It wouldn't have like rebar, like probably what you're thinking. And because there's so much electrical conduits.
Is it
going on,
electrolysis?
it looks like it's starting to, you know, when you remove the line out of concrete, the right, there's nothing left and it starts to just flake away. You can go out there and stick your fingers in.
Is it white?
Yeah. Yeah. So it basically looks like the concrete's kind of melting, you know, away. There's so many conduits, they're so close together. There's not enough gap. No, I'm telling you what I think. I need the engineers to look at it, but it looks like there's so many conduits so close together that it probably didn't seal very well. We've never had water in there. So I've never thought there was an issue with water intrusion. There's no water in it now. Nobody's ever seen a valve vault basically start to, the wall collapse on itself.
I'm gonna pretend not to be scared for now.
There's nothing to be scared of. There's no harm. I mean, as long as it doesn't cut, drop and break any of the wires, there's not enough weight for that.
Okay.
And there's no sharp edges. So it's not, and that's all within PVC conduit. And some of it's even steel PVC coated conduit. So as far as that failing in the treatment plant shutting down now, well, we have to figure out a way to reinforce it because we can't pull it out and change it. Usually if it's a valve vault at a pump station, we would shut the pump station down, haul sewer, contractors would take the valve vault out, put in a new one, put it all back together. But that has all the electrical for this treatment plant, the UV, everything here runs through those two vaults. Main power off of the switch gear from PUD goes into the first one.
So that's not an item that was manufactured here. It was manufactured elsewhere and brought in and then
Yeah.
installed.
Yes. Yeah. Valve vaults had leaked before, but I've never seen one do what this one's doing before. I've been doing this for 30 years, and I've never seen a vault do this before.
Yeah.
So is it a manufacturer defect? I don't know.
That's where it was.
There's not much. I don't think there's much you can do almost 20 years.
Like I say, unlikely, there's a remedy in 20 years, nothing's guaranteed.
Yeah, and I was, and my concern was that if it was, if that same concrete was used elsewhere in the system, that,
No, these were purchased
Yeah.
bolts from a
Yeah.
manufacturer.
Yeah.
And brought in. Now, we have several from that manufacturer. These are the only two that have done it. And the only difference is these have the most holes in it, with the most electrical conduits running through them. Which I think,
You were saying.
but remember, I'm not an engineer. I'm guessing, and that's what it looks like to me.
yeah,
It's just to me, too close is what it looks like to me, but when the engineer comes where they have one pump station walk through for that property down there, they have them come up here and look at those.
Ask about zinc.
Zinc, Well, zinc is usually a sacrificial metal for.
Right.
Yeah.
See if that could be something that would still keep it from getting any worse.
Well, we're gonna stabilize it with, Tetra Tech's, spray and lining. We showed it to you before, the white PVC coating.
Mhm.
We use it in manholes. It stabilizes it. It's waterproof and all that. So we're not having a water issue, but Tetra Tech acted like, almost like they've done this before. They're telling us, yeah, we can handle that. So hopefully I'll have a little bit better news. It's not as bad as I think it is. Once the contractor gets here to make their, at least look at making repairs. But I did run it by our engineer. He said it was a good idea to have them come in and put that lining in there.
Because if it is electrolysis, the zinc would stop it.
But they would have to
You could-
apply that to the outside.
The outside.
Yes, yeah.
Talked a lot about pumps and pump stations. For our guests, if we were pretty much on level ground and didn't all live on the side of hills and small mountains, everything would be fed by gravity and we wouldn't need pump stations. But we have a number of them to pump sewerage up to a point where it then can be gravity fed. And so you got Ocean Highlands, you got Netarts at the boat ramp, you got Happy Camp, you got 2 pump stations in the Capes. We have Oceanside down there near the steps, and also the main pump station at, what is it, Simonton, or what's the
Simon's Point.
Sway?
Simmons.
Simmons, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So those are all something that we monitor continuously, monitor them electronically to ensure that they're always operating. But that kind of gives you an idea of just how complex our system is and how much simpler it would be if we were really on level ground. I don't know if you want to add anything to that or not.
No, everything, every bit of sewer in Netarts and Oceanside is pumped from the main pump station to the site. Nothing gravity flows into this wastewater treatment plant. So the Avalon pump station, the design is done. They're starting the geotech work. I guess the law has changed, and with the pump station, it's gonna require deeper geotech boring holes down there. That one was in the budget, so I just got notified today. I have a call with the engineer to discuss that. So I don't know what the cost difference is, if there's a cost difference, but they're gonna be required for that pump station and for to hold the building and the wall sides and stuff, they're gonna have to go more deeper by state law. So that just came up today. So
What was the
I will have
conclusion of the electrical?
yes, that's, that,
What was the conclusion? Is it coming in overhead?
yes, PUD wants it overhead.
Okay.
So yes, there will be a pole going down there. We were hoping to put it underground, but
Yeah.
PUD won't do it.
Okay.
And I thought you asked about the electrical conduits, that's all figured out for the placements. We finished that with placement of all the equipment.
Okay.
Q's Center Logic and NOC are still working on the setup. Brian's working with Q's now on the portion of the downloads to our computers for the new software. It's all been installed, the new computer's installed into the camera van now. But then that second package of software that we bought, they're working on configuring now. And then Brian will get some training on how to operate it. The district's 2001 crane truck that has been in for the fuel system issue, it's been repaired and it's back. They wound up having to change all the fuel system out. So it was a little over $6,000 to get it fixed, new fuel tanks, sending units, fuel lines, fuel injection. I'm not sure I agree with the conclusion of what caused it from the mechanic, but he thinks sugar was dumped into the back tank because of all the stuff that they pulled out of it. It's been in there for a long, long time. We don't drive it that far, so it took a while before the fuel dropped low enough to suck whatever was in that rear tank into the entire fuel system. Because it sucks from one tank to the front tank and then into the engine. So there was a lot of stuff in it. I mean, it's crystallized, whatever it is. But there was a lot of other corrosion. And we've had that truck since 2001. And it sat outside down at the beach for quite a while during all the construction. So there was a lot of rust in the sending units and the parts, the filler necks and all that. As far as what he pulled out of the tank, I've never seen it. And so I don't know what it is. He says it looks like sugar. Now, it's parked inside a locked building, but it was outside for a long time. Yes, somebody could have got to it. A disgruntled employee could have done it, but it's just taken a lot of years before the tanks actually went low enough to where it would pull it through. So I don't know. I wouldn't look at it. I don't know what it is. But it's got a new fresh fuel system in it. The district's the F-550, the large crane truck we bought to pull the pumps at the main. We're having it outfitted with our portable generator, arc welder system. So now that truck will have just about everything. It's got a pressure washer. It's got an air compressor. So it's pretty much an emergency vehicle, response vehicle now. So we'll be able to run tools, lights, pull any pumps. So we're getting it outfitted now. We've had the welder generator out there for years. It's actually made to go on what we're doing. It's about $1,500 to put it on there, but that will outfit that truck completely. So
Does it come with a cover?
we'll have a cover made for it.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've checked the cost of those covers. They're $500-600. In Netarts, John Livingston, he has the cornwall truck, tool truck. His wife makes boat covers and stuff, so she gave us a really good price, $400, I think, $440, to build one custom to fit on that with snaps and all that. So it's local. We can get her to do it, save us a couple $100, and she says it will be much heavier than anything we buy offline. So when it gets back, she's already got the measurements. We'll take it down to her once it's mounted, so she can get final measurements to know where to put the snap buckles and all that for fastening it down. And you have it here for the copier, as it says on this report for July. So Aaron got the information. Oh, it's on the agenda too. So John, do you want to do it now or on the agenda? We can do it on the agenda. Okay. So if there's any questions? Okay.
The last page, which is attached, he has influent flows in gallons. And you might note or remember that on June 8th, we had 0.82 inches of rain, a lot of rain. And that, a lot of that water, in addition to sewage, flows into our system. It comes in all kinds of places, but it causes us to have to move more gallons of fluid, which you can look at the chart here. And the following day, after the 8th, on the 9th, the flow was 200,000 gallons moved. So just gives you an idea of what's going on. And you can look at manholes. They have holes in the cover, and we repeatedly correct problems, but over the years, they tend to have water flow into them or collect in them, which causes some of this flow type problem.
Well, when it rains like that, you have that kind of rain, what happens is the ground water level rises.
Yeah,
And it rises to a point that anybody with a leaky lateral that goes into everything starts to pour in. It comes through the manhole. And any pinholes in any of the pipes that are normally not in water become surrounded with water and start to.
okay, so district report is complete.
Yes, sir.
Old business, Avalon Pump Station project has already been discussed. The workshop has been deferred to August at 4 o'clock in our board meeting. The board duties and responsibilities policy manual. I've found a couple other things in going back over it. In addition to Jerry's input, that need to be corrected, like, for instance, SDAO recommends that you put out the agenda and the materials 5 days before the board meeting. But we know that that's almost impossible. So we're adjusting that to the 48 hours. And I think there's several other things that need minor correction. District Facebook page, I don't, do we have anything you had originally? We're going to get something from the attorney, but I don't know if they provided that.
I have not received it and I didn't follow up on it.
Okay, well, we'll defer that, just keep it on the agenda for next month. New business, the copy machine. Can I have a motion to accept the proposal here, which is a one-page email for the copy machine?
I'll move. Oh, go ahead.
I move that we accept the proposal.
Second.
Discussion.
So I think last time we talked about this, we were still making do with the old one to try to make it last as long as possible, but we're now at the end of the road.
It's at the end of its useful life.
Right.
We're getting where we're not gonna get toner very much longer for it. If it breaks down, we won't be able to get parts to fix it. It seems like an awful drop dead date pretty quickly, but that's what Solutions Yes is telling us. Which Solutions Yes doesn't tell you on this cost. The copier is over $9,000. So from the last one we purchased, Aaron and I calculated that if you purchase one, the use that we've got out of that one till now is about, cost us a little over $83 a month. So by not having another capital outlay of that much money and not have to worry about these electronic pieces coming in obsolete every few years, that I think the cheapest option for the district is go lease option and just lease one. Because now we're gonna have to take this one and we're gonna have to surplus it out, and then we're gonna have to decide what we're gonna do with it, and then we have to work with the auditor for asset removal and.
So this letter says this also includes pickup and recycling your aging copy machine.
We don't have
we-
to do it, it's just an option.
Okay,
Yeah. They're not gonna give you anything for it, but we have to get, the board has to surplus it first.
right. That's what I thought. So I was confused by that line.
Yeah,
Um,
so he's not talking about what we have to do
Yeah.
with our capital investments.
So just to be clear, since we're leasing this thing, if it ever becomes obsolete, they just bring in a new machine.
Yeah, and you would just do a new contract.
And the contract, this gives us the estimated cost for the first year.
This is a 5-year,
Thank you.
and then there will be an official contract, so I don't know if you need to acknowledge that Dan can sign the contract on behalf.
And just over the 5 years, is this price stays fixed? Does it
Yes,
have an-
oh,
Yeah.
yes.
he
No,
said
well,
he
this
agreed.
contract.
The supplies are gonna go up over that period of time, but they're not charging more. for the
No,
supplies.
if this is what it is, and at the end of that 5 years, we get a commission and then the contract.
Okay,
So the-
for $20 a month more, that seems like a pretty good.
The board can authorize us to move forward, but I want to see the contract. I'm sure you do too.
Mhm. Yes, I do. So I'm gonna ask all these questions, but I'm gonna read them.
Yeah, so I would like to get the contract from them and present it at next month's board meeting. I don't think we're in an emergency to change out the copier, right now.
Do you agree with that, Aaron?
That's fine. Tell them the truth
Good
there.
question.
Now, I'll be honest, I'm not the one that has to change the toner in this one or do those things. So these three do a pretty good job of it.
So do we want to see the actual contract?
I do.
Okay,
I think it needs to be reviewed.
correct.
Yeah.
So,
We're cheaper than Clark.
so we,
So I need to amend the motion to make it a motion to authorize moving forward.
Well, I think we need to, for them to provide us with a contract, we need to ask for the contract that, you know, we're not gonna sign it until after it's reviewed by the board, and we'll make it clear with them.
So,
Give you 30 days.
so the motion, do we need a motion? Should I withdraw the
Absolutely not.
motion?
I think just a consensus that yes, let's move forward with this. And then we'll get you the contract.
So
That's the motion.
maybe just table the motion as,
We'll withdraw it and make it.
or withdraw it.
I withdraw the motion. We can make it again.
We need to see the contract.
Any other questions? All right, correspondence, I don't believe we have any. Do we?
Do we need to do anything with this letter from Acuity?
It's just to be board members.
Yeah.
for the process.
That says, yeah, they're doing it. Yes.
And we do not have any executive session this evening. So, can I have a motion to adjourn.
Jim? Go ahead.
I move we adjourn.
Second.
I got 6:26.
6:26. Very good.
What's the month?
Every third
Third
Thursday. 5:30 p.m.
And it's our, I
Kevin, you're on step off here.
So on the
Right.
Monday of board week is when we hand out the materials to the members of the board. So